HaloGuy. You hit flag, I love it. Let me first pop up this. Found this map. Switch button. All right, you see this Empyrean over? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So the thing to understand that this CTF and all the other CTFs in the game have dedicated spawns on the map. So if we just draw, you can quadrant it off the same way that I've talked about before, but really I'm really focused on this middle line here, so that there's red side and blue side. So there's their side, there's our side, and we're not going to spawn on the other side. However, there is one catch-up spawn I want you to be aware of, and that is bottom sword. This is sword side up here. This is your two trainings on each side. You got long haul down the green haul down the middle, and you got long haul down the side. There is one catch-up spawn down here under pit, but for the most part, you're going to be spawning in court, bottom tower, this cuts area, if I can get it, sure, right there, back flag on our first BR, and then in our mauler. Those are pretty much the spawns that we've got, and we could draw another line. I'm not going to do it right now, but what we want to do is position ourselves and push in a way that makes them spawn the furthest spot away from the flag. And so if we're running these flags, the quickest route to go is right over our plat, through green hall, over to the other plat, and then score it right here. The second is just going to be running it to long haul, similarly over there. You can get other variations depending upon where people are, where you can run through mauler, you can run to needler and then over, but for the most part I want you running these flags through green and through long, because it is the quickest way to get there. And if you're doing this right and you block the correct spawns, they will be spawning down in court, the furthest spot away from this flag. So if we're red team and we're running this flag, what I'm looking for is our team to push up like green, our team to push up long, have a training guy, and then training or tower, one of these two, like this. I prefer training because it's not blocking that back spawn. And then the last guy kind of wraps around, grabs the flag. If we're in this kind of a position here, the only available spawns to these guys are going to be down in their court down here. Something like this. This is where they're going to be spawning. When that happens, if you look at where I'm telling you to run the flag, the quickest way that they can get over there off of this catch-up spawn or even these court spawns is to run through not that one. The quickest route is going to be running up to training, so right here. And if you're running this, you'll get challenged from somebody who's on sword, someone who's on training, maybe someone green hall. One of these three spots is usually where you're going to get challenged from when you're running those flags if you do it the correct way. So that's what we need to be aware of. But they have to spawn all the way over here. What people run into problems with, and why I always tell people don't go sword, which is not always the correct thing. You can go sword, but
like SSG goes sword.
Yeah. Oops. You can go sword. The one I want to teach you guys is to go through green and long, just because it's the easiest one to set up for. The problem that people run into is when they have someone who goes over to sword and stands right here, or someone who goes up into tower, because they end up blocking these spawns underneath. They block these. So if you on your team are pushing up and you got green hall and long, what's ended up happening is that they're getting the split spawn like this, where they're spawning back flag and mauler, and then maybe one guy up underneath sword. Well, if you look at where people are right now, they've completely dissected your front right here, because you guys are set up like this. The last guy, he's on the other side, so there's like this cut through the middle of it. So he's just, you have to be aware of that guy. That's the problem that a lot of people run into, and what I want you to avoid doing is going to sword side. Now, if you run with a team and you have a setup for there, great. If you need to cause make a distraction there, great, go sword. Get the pick, but then get off of sword so that your team doesn't block that court spawn. That's the most important thing I want you to take away from this, is do not block that court spawn. You want them to spawn court so we can run this flag. Got it? For Jason, what I want people to understand on this map, when you get into a spawn trap like this, if we're blue team and they've pushed up like this, and maybe they've got a guy, you know, sword, and they're looking for that pick. When you spawn in, you need to know the angles that you've got. If you spawn Mauler, you can cut off all the people on this map, these three, so 1, 2, and 3, guy on green, guy on training, guy on sword, by just staying back in the Mauler and shooting the guy on our second. And just so everyone knows, the first call out is, you guys know the call outs on this map pretty well?
No, I don't.
Okay, so this is right here is first, because there's a BR that spawns there and it's our first BR. Right here is second BR, so there's a guy, our second, that's where the second BR spawns. Back over here is Needler or Brutes, because there was Brutes that spawned there before. Back here is Mauler or Closet, one of those two. We've got our flag and our flag box. We've got cuts right here because it cuts from our sniper back to our flag. It's just a quick little route there. Our plat is anything up on top of here, and you can call it like snipe plat or Needler plat, whatever shoot you there. You got S1 and S2, back snipe tower, port, our runway. Runway is the stairs that go down into bottom OS. We've got our training pit, our pit, and then our Needler pit. And then you've got your green box right here, your training, because it's where the little Brutes were before. Our 90 is specifically this little call out here on this the 90-degree angle there. And then your training steps are these ones going there. Banana, it used to be yellow in this middle area by the bridge. That's specifically where the plasma pistol now spawns. And then you've got your bridge, sword side. All of this is sword base, and then you got underneath. So that is all of that side. So if we go back and let's say that they've pushed up, and they've got this. They're just kind of slaying us out, trying to get it set up for a flag route. Most likely the number 4 guy is going to slip in through tower. He'll kill us all Mauler because he's now blocking that courtyard spawn. He'll grab the flag and then he'll run it. That's kind of what a route would look like with that, by the way, if you do go sword. Getting off of sword as quickly as possible, though. Like, you'd force them to spawn in these back spots that you don't want to block. Then you grab the flag, and then run it. So let's say that they're doing this, and we're all coming off of spawns, we're getting killed, and we're all sad. When you spawn in, depending upon where you're at, I need you to get a kill and stay alive so that we can get other people in and push. So again, if we're on this smaller spawn, we can cut off all of these other 3 guys, so we isolate this 1v1. But maybe this 1v1's not working out for us, so we have to switch to the other side. Then we go over here to our first. On our first, we can cut the angle off to not see this guy, and then we're fighting just this guy on green. Similarly, we can cut both of those guys off and go over towards our flag. Now, this angle right here, you can actually be shot by the guy on sword, so you have to be aware of that. Maybe you need to drop down to this box and then isolate the fight with the sword guy by jumping, isolate the guy in training. Something there, we have to stay alive and make them either push us so we can get a kill, or we just stay alive here and wait for the call outs of who else is being shot. Maybe you go over to cuts to isolate with this guy on sword, or go, top snipe. And then I want you to be aware of what angles you're taking to nicely be able to pick off people, make them weak, and then make the push with your team. What happens here is people get weak, and then they end up hiding, which makes your team fighting down a guy if you're not in the fight. You need to continue to push that, but you need to also push people back. So like, if you're shooting someone, say, hey, I'm shooting the guy training, and get this guy in training to hide in this corner. If he's hiding in the corner, flip to somebody else, shoot the guy green box, then shoot the guy over here in long. Because if you can knock one of these guys off and get them off of there, let's say you maybe get those 3 kills, this guy on sword is either going to push up to create a distraction around the flag, or he's going to have to come back. And he also is blocking the spawns that we don't want to have. So like, just leave him there and just make the push. And I want you to focus on pushing, if you're the first guy, pushing green hall first because we want green box, and then pushing long because we want long. and then getting a guy on there training. Those are like the order I want. Push green, push long, push training, and then be able to wrap around to the back flag or coming from another angle to grab that flag. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a very quick overview of that. So let's jump into your game. And I'm gonna since you did so well, I'm looking at your pushes. I'm looking at how you were working with your team to create the scoring opportunities. It's lagging again. Are you kidding me? I wonder if it's because it's Halo. Halo taking up that much space on my PC. Like the recording isn't bad.
Capture the flag.
Everything's on low too. Okay, sorry. Does it look bad, or is it okay?
It's frozen for me, or I guess you're paused, but
Oh, my bad.
it usually becomes more evident when you see gameplay, but the tac maps look fine.
Okay.
It seems fine.
All right, so off the start here, since we've talked about it before, what's our goal? What's our couple of goals that we're going for here?
We're trying to get green,
Okay.
long haul, and crane.
Yep. So those are the 3 positions that we want to be fighting for here. We've got rockets, sniper, and OS, and you're missing half your body. We got rocket, sniper, and OS coming up. So what are we prioritizing here?
Rockets
Okay.
and powers.
Yeah, so we're trying to grab those. And so you running over to training. Where are you going here? Is this a normal start for you?
Yes.
Okay. Get that OS, or you can get the snipe. Okay. I don't hate this opening. It's one that I would, if I was trying to play flanky, that was one opening that I would use. I usually just go straight to green hall. There are 2 nades here, if you guys are wanting to know. If you throw the grenades right in front of the vending machine, so like on that white bar there, they will dink there and land right in this corner. So if anybody is also rushing towards rockets, if you throw 2 there, it'll just kill them, or it'll make anybody in their green box weak. So those nades right there. That's one that I like to throw. And if you run off of this platform at full sprint and wait till your camera drops just slightly and then jump, you can actually make this without clambering. Throw those 2 nades and then peek and just start watching to see if that guy. If you're doing this route right here, just be a little quicker about it.
They've taken our flag. We have.
All right, so situationally, what's going through your head right now? You
right
got
now, my trying to push to get rid the flag carrier, but I was initially gonna go for the flag.
yeah. So I want you to recognize what's going on here. So you pushed up, you got 2 kills, you're fighting a 3rd guy. So their 4th guy is on your side of the map, and if you're reading the screen, you had 1 guy I think die over there. So your team is in a 3v2 right now, but you've got 1 guy in front of you who I think you can beat. So that means there's only 1 guy on your side of the map running this flag. This is an opportunity for you to block the right spawns, although your teammate is about to be blocking that one, so they're going to spawn flag. This is an opportunity for you to be able to get this kill and start pushing into their flag, because that flag carrier is going to be on his own. So you can kill him while still pushing forward to grab this flag, and as soon as he's dead, he's the only one in the way of you being able to score this flag. If your teammate was up on training right now, this would be an easy pick right here. He can continue to be like green box or training to keep blocking and looking for spawners, and then you run this flag long and look for that guy. You don't need to turn around just yet, because you can continue this pressure up here. And that guy spawned flag. Ooh. So that's what I want you to be able to see there, is that you need to keep the pressure up on this side of the map and continue to hold that space. They're going to score this flag, aren't they? You're going to continue to hold this space up here. You're not going to get, you know, real desperate there and try to go after people, but you can isolate that fight there, work with your teammate who's on long, and then continue to get this next flag and start running it. And what I want you to be able to see is where those dots are on your map, and you need to be aware of where your team is, because if I know that that guy's down on court, you're blocking close enough to this Mauler spawn that they're probably not going to spawn there, and he's blocking that court spawn, so the only spawns available are going to be that on the flag. So those are the guys I'd be getting set up for there and making sure I don't die here. Here we go. Let's get over there quickly.
Enemy captured your flag.
All right, what should we be looking for right now? They just got a flag cap and you guys are looking for kills. What's step one?
Spawns. Right. Playing for the place.
Yep.
Right, which is
Play for the position and then play for the pick. So right now, you've sort of got a setup. If you've got a guy flag, if you go just long haul right here, or even on Needler, you got to start looking for those picks. This should tell you that there's no one back in Mauler because you got your teammates over there on flag. Start looking for that next guy. You hear the shooting over there. Let's start looking for that next guy, so that we can get that pick. And then as soon as they get that pick, we're flying with them. Like, this guy's gonna run it back. You guys have long haul right now. Shifting over to green might be a play to get over here to help with getting those kills, or just staying over on Needler to get the angles here while he runs it. That's what we need to be looking for. You got the pick. You got 2 picks. So you got 2 picks. We need to be going. You need to get in there, help your teammate.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
And when we're running with teammates like that, we talked about this before, we don't need to like necessarily sit on top of them and run with them like that. Let him go do that. And this is why I brought up the flag running in the very beginning. If he's gonna run that side of the map, let him go do that. You're gonna go down there and die with him, and then this is just a stupid flag to be trying to fight for. I'd much rather see you go up on top snipe to help put shots into these guys, because you can actually help from up on this position. Like if he was running that, like when you were back here on cuts, if you just went back up to snipe, you got a position like this, you're blocking the court spawn, you've got angles down on these guys, you can start shooting at them, and then your spawners can start grabbing those. I need you to play a more up, and I need you to get an angle on them. Let your teammates go do something there, right? And you guys got them like 4 dead there. That's wild.
This model is
Yeah, so the BR spawns there is called first BR. So I like on that one how you went. So I like how you went up there to look at where your teammates were at to see if you could help out, because you got a guy on sword and you've got, you know, other guys, and you're like, hey, I can get an angle from up here. In this kind of in this kind of game type, what I really just need is just to push green, and this should be the first default that you're running to every time. Just run up here, get to green, try to control this green box, because then you can control their snipe, you can control Needler, you can help your team get shots into everybody and make pushes, and then they can, you know, they can push in from there. We don't need this snipe tower right now. At least on capture the flag when we're on their side of the map. Although that guy just snuck through. You all right?
yeah. I was talking to a party game chat.
successfully
Okay, okay.
delivered.
Oh, what do you have on you right now? I could help.
Nades and drop wall.
You have drop wall. So this spot right here is really, I love the drop wall. This spot used to be really kind of sad. Like if they knew you were here, they could just bank the nades off of this little ledge there, and then it was bounce into you, make you one shot or kill you. So it's kind of like a suicide corner to be in. You got this drop wall now. Like let's use it. Nice. win this. We win this. Nice.
Enemy flags in.
Okay, so you got 2 picks right now. I need you to see this. You've got 2 picks. You're pushing long. You had help behind you. He's okay. He's with you. So you're main. I was like, oh shoot. So you've got this pusher. You've got 2 dead, and your guys running this right now. You need to start looking towards snipe tower to get eyes on where the next guys are going to be at, because you guys have already blocked this. There's nobody else here. You just need to trust that there's no one back there, because you guys are clearing this out. You've also got teammates over here. Start looking towards snipe tower, because you're going to pick up the guy who's going to be flanking, but you're also going to be looking for those spawners. And as he's running this, if you step out to right here and you just look over towards their runway, you're either going to hear the guy lift towards snipe tower, or you're going to see the guys fly out court, because timing wise, the fastest way that they can get off of that spawn to get to your side of the map to stop you running this flag is to sprint off that spawn. They're not just going to walk back flag and hope that you guys are wandering back there. They're going to be flying off of there, or I'm going to be flying off of there to try to get to your training. And so you can cut off that entire push right here and just make sure that they don't go over to your side without taking some damage. And that's the fill-in right there. That's the play. Your guy, you got these 2 kills. You guys are up on numbers. I think you've got the 4th guy somewhere. Maybe he's dead. It's a 3v2. But like, you need to be like pushing out here, looking for the next guys, thinking about who's gonna stop this flag runner, who's gonna be attacking this guy, and push out there. Nice.
Power items.
And then staying alive. You see how that happened though? Here, let's go back. I was taking a sip. Okay, so we get this kill here. We're gonna work on your aiming and your reticle placement at some point, but right now I just need you to get the positioning down. So you see how they're spawning court, and the 2 places that they're gonna run is either straight out or going up. This guy lifts, so that's who you're looking for. Other guys spawn court. You guys are running this needler, and they're the ones who are challenging your guy right now. So you just recognize that kind of a situation there. Your teammate didn't help here. Recognize that situation there, that as he's running that flag, these are the guys that you need to be worried about next that are gonna be able to stop that flag. And if for some reason you can't get these guys and they fly over, it's just an easy go over to green and cut this guy off so he can't challenge over here on needler, on training. Sorry. All right, where are you at? Oh.
Power weapons incoming.
Nice.
Hostiles removed.
Off the rack.
Oh my God, you are running around one shot with
Take
rockets.
it back. Power weapons available for procurement.
All right, why am I happy you stayed green instead of jumping over to plat?
Because I had, I actually don't know, to be honest with you.
Not giving up space. The flag, I want you to continue to hold forward and keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. For capture the flag for most objectives until it's the last one, because you want to keep that space. You don't have to keep fighting back for the space. So you stayed on green. I'm okay with you coming back to try to help clear out this side because there's a guy there. Maybe staying up on their side like in green just to get a cheeky, kill on them, because you can continue to keep them off spawn by staying up here in green and maybe watching their long or watching their training. But coming back is okay, just to make sure that your team scores this. We stay alive, and then we stop this guy from running the flag. I'm glad that you didn't jump over there though, because you can continue to hold this space, because they're going to be wanting to push for green.
There.
We're gonna work on your rockets too. Okay, but now you're running all the way back. Okay, you're in your upstairs. I'm gonna comment on just that little spot there, and this is what I'm gonna talk about with your fighting. Before we talk about your aim and whatnot, I want you to pay attention to how much space, how many angles you're exposed to right now when you take this fight. You're sort of cutting off one guy, but you're so out there in the open. What I need you to do is just think, okay, where is this guy gonna kill me from? And if I'm gonna engage with this guy on training, get over here to this corner and peek this out. Like, you can just stand right here, make him have the smaller angle to hit, Or if you're gonna go after the guy on sword, again, the other side, get over into this corner. I need you to get up against walls more and have smaller angles. Because you're taking a lot of damage here, fighting 2 people. And you're like way out in the middle of the door. That's just one little thing to work on with that before we fully go into like aiming and whatnot.
Enemy flag returned.
Let's protect our Spartan a little bit. Even back here, so this, I know what you're trying to think is that like you need to get up to that flag to be able to fight on it so that they can't like get a touch on it. The only place that they can, there's 2 places that they can kind of get to like a sneaky touch on it, which isn't going to help them, is either coming runway like near OS and then popping up, or dropping down from like bridge, either side of bridge. So I guess 3 places. But like if you think about where they're going to take this flag, it's not, there's no advantage to that. This is a dead flag and they need to stop fighting for it. Like they need to get positioned on the map, get kills, and then get the next flag. Or if they can somehow wipe all you guys, then run it. So you guys need to make sure you don't die here. Like that's like, if you guys can live, you guys are going to easily stop this flag, because the only place that they can run this flag without you being able to put shots in from your side of the map, so like on snipe tower, bottom snipe, training, the only place that they can run this, where do you think they could run it without getting shot? If you have this angle over here. If you're bottom snipe.
Down towards runway.
Correct. So that's the only place. And if they run it down towards driveway, who's going to be faster? Them running it or you sprinting across the map to get to training?
Them. Like, no, me.
Thank you. If they have to run this flag down this way, turn over here, and either lift or go under, all you have to do is just run and get up to training right here, and you're putting shots into the guy who lifts, you're putting shots in the guy who's going cuts, or you're jumping up over here to get the flag pull. So if you think about it, and you can apply this to other situations, it's who's got the inside angle and who has the outside angle. If they grab this flag and they take it down towards OS, they have an outside angle on that run, and you have an inside. Now, let me show you. Let me try to show you what I'm talking about there. You guys see this again?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that flag is right here, oh, okay, just kidding. That flag is, come on, game.
Can you move the flag icons?
No. There. Okay. So if the flag is right there, and you are right here, and they run it to down here, they are gonna go something like this to their flag, and you are gonna go like this to their flag. So you have an inside angle on getting to that flag, whereas they have an outside angle. Your angle is going to be faster than theirs as long as you get there. You're at least going to get to this spot a lot faster than they can get anywhere else. And in fact, when you get there, they should be about here-ish. And you can put shots into them. That's why I need you to play back. Change it back to the regular. I need you to have a better angle to fight for it, but you need to not die here, because if you die, then this flag is totally viable for them to be able to run. So they have to not only keep this flag alive, but they have to kill you guys. You running at this flag makes it very easy for them to nade you, makes it very easy for them to make you weak, and they know where you're going to be at. But if you guys take angles like back here, and you're putting shots on from bottom snipe, well, you can see all the way across the map, and the only people who are going to be able to get some stupid little touch on it are the ones who are desperately dropping on it. And if that happens, then you just know push-up training. You also have a teammate who's running at it, and in this rank, there's a lot of people who are just going to be running at the objective, running at the objective, and running at the objective. You can use that to your advantage and bait them. That guy up there that's jumping on this flag, great. I'm gonna put as many shots into these guys who are running him as possible so that he can try to live. But if he dies, he dies. You could also go up on training, get an angle from up above. The same thing's gonna happen where you're putting these shots in. The only person who I'd be worried about right here is if someone came to my green box and had a flank on me. But I need you to not run desperately at this flag and take an off angle for that, and understand that if they grab it, the only way that they can get to their flag without you being able to shoot them is to run it to an outside angle that's going to take them a lot longer to be able to get over there. You follow?
Yes.
Instead of getting into this like desperate. Nice, and he gets that. But see, he dies. They've got 3 people pushing, so it's vital you stay alive here. So they were able to. What's that?
Your audio. Yeah, there's no audio from it.
Oh. Didn't flip, sorry. So on that push right there, it's vital that you stay alive so that they can't pull it. Did you guys pull the flag? Don't pull the flag. No. It's vital that you stay alive there so that they cannot have another push. So when, like right here, when you got the sniper, like let's take that up to sword and make them you're in such a bad spot right here that I need you to like get out of there. This is a bad, and it was a bad from the beginning when you ran out of bottom snipe. If you would have just stayed down here, you've got all 3 of these guys here. He's got snipe, so I'm out, and I'm gonna go over towards flag, and I'm gonna start rerouting so I can get to the positions I want to be in. You're in a bad spot right now, and you're rewarding them by staying there. This is a terrible push. I hate sword, and I have a bias towards it, but like this push right here should not be viable. You should be back over towards plat. Thanos over here should be shooting at this guy. Forehand should not be down there. But you guys, you need to stay alive there. You guys got that. You guys got that return. Now you need to be worried. Okay, how are they gonna make the push? I gotta stay alive here. Nice.
Game audio.
There's no game audio?
No.
I hear it.
Oh. Guess it's on my end.
Are you hearing it now?
Yeah. For
Okay.
some reason, it randomly got quiet without me touching it.
You got guys sneaking through all over.
Stayed on tower.
Yeah, yes and no. So there is. I do like that you're trying to play to your team there as they're making this push over here. I would, and it's just me being forceful if I don't like sword. I'm going green, and I'm with the idea that they're going to be spawning over here in Mauler until my team gets off a sword. So I'm going to help keep these guys back, and I'm like a right flank now. I'm the farthest guy right. I'm waiting for my team to push up over here because either they're just going to decide to play Slayer because that's the setup for Slayer is to go into sword, and we're just going to sit here and slam for the rest of the game and never score, and then we'll go overtime and then we'll never score, and you know everybody's just going to tie and be happy. Lots of kills though. Or they'll start to make the push and they'll get up to sword, or they'll come up to training, and then I'm in a position that I can now shift over, help push out Mauler and grab the flag and go from there. So I'm pushing green almost every time if I can. But you did shift over there to try to work with them. I like that you're at least trying to work off of teammates, but we're dying way too much over here. And the guy who's getting around us, that sneaky route, I don't know where he was coming from, but if we just continue to push the lanes that we know are good, we should be able to just get up off of here.
Power items ordered. Confirmed.
Flag returned.
That's a good kill because he's got sniper, and you don't want him to set up on your top. You don't want him to set up on your base. If someone does get into your base, you always need to clear them out. If a guy is top snipe, if a guy is on your flag, he's Mauler, somewhere that's going to make you guys turn around, you guys got to get him off of there. If that guy's pushing, like when he's first pushing runway, I'd almost just leave him just to be able to push out with your other teammates. He's not going to do anything from up there until he gets there, but that was a good kill.
Your power items.
Now you got your
are
teammates. Nice,
ready
nice.
for pickup.
When should we delay picking up or when should we delay Popping the overshield.
What do you mean by delay?
Not popping it right when you get on it.
All right.
I try to if I can get it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was trying to make a guess, to be honest with you, but I want to say like when we're in combat, like right before we're going to combat.
Yeah. So you can extend the use of OS because if you're one shot and you pop OS, it gives you your full health back and full shields. So you can almost use your first shield as an extra shield while pushing this. If you get it uncontested like this, I'm gonna grab that and I'm going back towards training. If this guy starts challenging me, I'm going back into cover and popping it immediately, because if he throws a grenade, it's gonna make me weak, maybe one shot, but then as soon as I pop it, then I'm challenging this guy, I'm full shields, and he's gonna be really sad. You can get a little bit more life out of it. Now, if these guys are not pushing you, I would not pop it until I get up into combat, because I can use it farther into their base to go get this flag. Just something to think about if you're able to get down here and get a free OS like that. Damn.
Yeah, like that right there. I could just not get a trade on for the team, right?
Well, but also think about, like, you go down there with the objective of getting OS. I don't personally like OS as much as a lot of other people do, because you could actually just go to banana, grab the green gun, and continue to make that push with your team, and OS isn't even in play, and maybe drop on it, but because you go off on your own. But I want you to see you got 2 kills out of that. So you did more than what your life needed to be, and then they're for some reason grabbing this flag. You got two people fighting him, and one guy running the next flag. If they can make this kill and then make the push back, this is potentially a flag run, and you might be spawning Mauler. And you got this spawn here. You've got those 2 guys dead. You need to be looking at this flag guy and thinking, who's challenging this flag guy right now? He's probably on plat. He's probably on top snipe, and fly out here looking first right here for this guy if he's there. If he's not, then scanning left until you reach the next guy, kill him, and then scanning to tower and then over to sword. That needs to be your focus here off this flag. You've already got those guys dead, and you've got plenty of people on him. Go help your guy running the flag.
Flag return. Enemy flag return.
You see how different that play could have been if you would have pushed long?
Yes.
You potentially maybe you get stuck here because that guy, I don't think he was fast enough with that flag, but at least if you're up here, you could potentially keep that flag alive while they're making this push down here, or get up to their green. You're pushing with your team here, so that's all that matters. Just trusting my teammates right there, like they had that win. What could we have done differently here? Let's slow it down a little bit, keeping in mind about like keeping our body safe. What could we have done there? Right here. What could we have done differently right here? I want you to start paying attention to the map and like different areas to be alive in.
Push more towards the rocket spawn.
Nope.
No.
That's one, but you are gonna open yourself up to this neither guy. So I want you need to start thinking, where are people at that are gonna kill me, and I'm gonna either kill them first or they're gonna kill me. So if we're not gonna go towards rockets, because rockets, if you jump this little angle right here, if you jump towards rockets, you've got the guy at top snipe shooting you and the guy on neither. Where's an angle that neither of them can shoot you in the position that they're at? The wall right here. This little cubby here is super nice because they have to come up onto training to shoot you, or they have to come up onto their first to shoot you. You make them get out of their position to come kill you, which means that they're distracted by you and they can't shoot your teammates. If they don't come after you, you're full shields and you're in a prime position to be able to challenge these guys. And I'm challenging this guy, I'm putting a couple shots into him, and then I'm looking back towards tower guy, and I'm playing this position to be able to knock these guys down so that my team can be able to push into there. I need you to stay alive here. That is a dumb. I mean, that's you got to kill there, but there's nothing out of it. That guy wasn't doing anything. You should be alive right now, is what you need to take away from that. Damn, these guys really love to run it over here. Okay.
Suited for high visibility.
Yes! I love it. Why do I love this?
Because I'm pushing towards green and long haul
To do what?
to get an angle on other spawns.
Yes and no. Your guys are running this flag here, and you're not seeing anybody challenging them from behind. So the only people who are going to be able to challenge them are going to be on long and green, and you've got sniper. I want you to be top sniper right now. That would have been the better play there, because you can have this angle right here. But then, like, when these guys come over there, all you have to do is get your screen right here, and this 90 degrees is your friend for the rest of for this whole engagement. You're gonna snipe this guy. You're gonna look back towards green. You're gonna snipe the guy who peeks here, and then you're gonna look back towards long. You're gonna snipe the guy who goes there. You're helping to prevent. Let's see how this. Oh my god! All right, you guys got the flag cap. Nice. There is one little angle there that I think could have helped. One, going up snipe would have helped. If you get the sniper, try to get snipe tower first, and then the only time I go underneath with snipe if I'm going to Mauler and I'm trying to get an off angle. But for the most part, go top snipe with it, especially when their sniper's not in play, because that's an easy, like, in your peripherals. And this is why you need to be reading your screen all the time. You can be sniping up here looking, and then as soon as you see that their sniper blip goes away, then you get into this angle so you can't get sniped by him, and then you're looking for him. But another angle that you could have had over there when you made that push out there, one is staying back cuts here, two is just getting behind this box right here, and again pulling these guys out. Like, you can jiggle peek this guy, you can go wrap around to here, you can jump up plat. It's unfortunate you took that grenade, because they're about to start running this one back, but
Flag
all right, who needs to die right now?
The guy on top.
The guy on top. Yeah, you had people already turn that flag. You need to go kill that guy. You saw him. You need to go kill him. He needs to be dead. Is he still alive? Yeah, you need to go kill that guy. You were aware he was there. I don't think your teammates know he's there, and he's about to wreak havoc up there. You straight up saw that guy and just ran away from him.
5 minutes remaining.
They've taken our flag. The enemy carrier has
Ow.
revealed themselves.
That guy needed to die.
Yeah, and it prevented a flag taken if I did that.
Yes. The second guy, again, I don't know how people are sneaking through here, other than you guys aren't, like, holding green, but nice.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
I'm glad that you keep playing for rockets. At least your timing is you're always here. Holy sh! Okay. Let's pull it over. I'm glad that you didn't give them rockets. We'll go with the positive there. Where's another place that we could be going a lot quicker off here to help him? Because you're not going to be able to shoot the guys who are on training or the guys on green from here. Where's a different angle off that spawn that we could have gone?
Either stairs or going through boxes to get to plat.
Yes, right here. This angle right here, I don't want you to be afraid of challenging from right here, because if you jump up here and there's someone already looking and they put shots to you, just drop right back down and go to your original idea. But this up here is a lot better to be able to stop any, like, you gotta, like, what kind of angles can you take to prevent your flag guy from taking damage there? All right, so what do I always tell people to play for? What are the three things?
Play for the place, play for the pick, and play for the objective.
Yeah, yep. So we're doing the third step first here. You don't have a position and you've got 3 people looking at you and you guys don't have anybody dead. So when you die here, and this is what I need you to understand, even though you're playing for this objective and you're like, oh, I'm keeping it alive, all they have to do is jump on it and return it. You guys are 3 dead, and then they're running it through you guys, and then they're up 3-1. This play right here is not the reason that you guys are going to lose this flag. It was the route that you guys took and the fact that no one's helping the flag guy and you guys have no control over the map. So it's the events leading up to right now is why you lost this flag, not you not jumping on this. And you need to stay alive here. I swear if you guys get this flag.
Enemy
Okay,
flag
good.
returned.
And I know that you might look at that and like maybe someone's flaming you. Oh, you gotta play for, you gotta play for. Like, stop, don't listen to them. That's stupid. You have to stay alive so your team can get some space here. And even right here, like I want you to push, but I want you to push the right way. And so I want you to push through green or long, because if I'm playing in this game and I know my team is like willy-nilly running around the map, if I'm pushing up here long and I see that there's a bunch of guys over here shooting, I know I can't continue to push. So I'm going to put shots in these guys, maybe play back and take an angle that I'm able to put shots on until I look over to my left and see that my team's pushing up. If I run up here and there's nobody, I'm going to continue to push forward and checking my angles until I find somebody. And if I don't find anybody, eventually I have to do something. So I'm going to grab this flag and run it back the way I came. Where you're running, you're just kind of running forward with the hopes you're going to run into somebody, which isn't helping your team, and you're not pushing a lane that like prevents anything. And then when you die, your team is already at a disadvantage. They're on your side and they're running the next objective. So I need you to run either in the right spot, or when you get up to this mid area, I need you to just kind of like stop and turn and look for a teammate and go, where are we pushing at and where are my teams at that I can help pinch somebody or shoot someone together. And if you turn around here and notice your team's on your side of the map, at some point you just kind of got to get up on a box and just like sit here and wait for them to push, because at some, like, if you're just continuously going over on your own and dying, your team is constantly in a 3v4, you're not doing anything to help them. We got to push with the team or create that push, but we got to create the push in the right spot, which for me, the right push is going to be out towards green or out on long, because you can cut off your back angles. Like if I'm on long, I don't have to worry about my right side, I don't have to worry about my back. All I have to worry about is what's in front of me and what's to my left. And even here, you have like a, and this is a bad habit that I need you to stop. It's like a dog when he finds a bone or finds the mailman, and he's like, I'm gonna go chase after this. You gotta stop doing that. When you first put shots in that guy and you're right here, this is an okay position to be in, and just rely on your aiming to make that guy weak, and then look for the next guys, because you've got a teammate behind you somewhere. He's gonna make a push. You can own this space right here and continue to make that push out there instead of pulling, like you're letting them, when I tell you to get in those angles where you're pulling people out of position, you're doing what I'm telling you to do to other people. Like you're just pulling yourself out of a position, not helping your team and not helping yourself here. I need you to just take a little step back, sit on a position, and let a play develop a little bit here. You're forcing everything, and it's not working out in your favor. That's a lot of confidence. The first kill, okay, great. I need you to run away from the second one. Like when you see that many people on your screen, like you gotta dip over here, stay alive, do something to not die there. Because when I looked at the scoreboard, you had like 30 kills. It doesn't feel like you have 30 kills on this game.
All right.
It feels like you're getting a lot of like one-on-one trades, but you're not getting it. So like you said earlier, you're worried about your KD. Okay, good. Let's work on our kills. Let's get more kills. Let's die less. But let's do that in a way that benefits your team and yourself. So get the position and hold it. Like let's get it. Like, if you're getting that many kills, like you're obviously doing the damage. Let's get a reward from it.
At your earliest convenience, please collect your power weapons.
Thank you. You heard that. Nice. Let's go.
In allied hands.
What's that?
It's like you can hear the ping noise, but you can't see where he's pinging.
Yeah. Okay. What right here? I need you to change. This is another. So you're chasing this guy. When this guy grabs this flag, he is by himself doing absolutely nothing. So unless he drops this flag, he's doing nothing for his team. He's not helping. If we push up to our team, like our team is so goofy. This okay. This is a dumb situation. Because either you're gonna go back here and 1v1 this guy, and maybe you get the kill, then push up. He's got another teammate here though, so like you actually might get cleaned up here, and then your team's in a 3v2 over here. I almost think that just pushing up to them and cleaning that up and starting the flag run and then just slaying him on the way back is the better play. But with how coordinated things have been going, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, chosen the play.
Okay, so you stop the flag, you get him weak. This guy comes back. I can't hate you for stopping the flag.
Enemy flag returned. Flag returned.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag. Power items in transit. Your power items are
Triple kill.
All right, there half of that play I loved and half of it I didn't. What part did I like? Go back and watch that real quick. To
The pushing
right.
towards long haul.
Yup.
And then the cleanup of the 3.
I love that. I loved everything up until right here.
I dropped down. Charged that guy.
Yeah. When you were pushing up, you saw that guy was there. So if you're going to go this lower angle, I need you to be fast about it, or just challenge the guy from right here and not expose you. I'm trying to hit on how much you're exposing yourself to other angles. You're exposing yourself to the sniper side right now, and there are 4 dead right there, but just that habit right there, I don't think you're counting in your head that you guys got all 4 dead right there. I think you're just going out there to try to get that angle there. But when you were back here, and this is what I loved, you stopped running forward and just started shooting at these guys because you're in a good position. We need to do more of that.
Triple kill.
And you played back towards green. And right here, yeah, don't. I think rockets spawn at the exact same time. Okay, your teammate got rockets.
Yeah, I knew they were playing for OS.
Flag captured.
Oh, he didn't go for the ninja, thank God. I saw you look at the ground, I was gonna cry.
Achilles spine.
Nice. No snipe. Okay, he's running around with an empty sniper.
This is where I got nervous when, because like they kept sneaking back, so I got nervous.
Yeah, I could tell there's something different there
Wow.
because you're. Holy shit!
The green gun.
Nah, it was all skill. He lined that up.
Remaining.
Holy. So like that right there was a weird engagement of. I know you thought someone was behind you. One, you should not be turning around right now. Like, stop it. You're already up there. If you're pushed up that far into their base and someone sneaks by, you essentially in your head you need to think, if I've got all my team here, it's a 4v3 because they've got some dumbass on the other side of the map. We're gonna get these guys and we're gonna run the flag back through them and kill that guy. That's the easiest 4v3 and then 1v4 of our life. That's easy. Like, you don't need to come back for this. But like over here, one, you're behind your team. I need you to stop being behind your team and like get to a better position. But you got up to training here and you stopped and you're just putting shots on people. This is wonderful. Let your team go develop a play there. Yeah, when you're pushed up, we just need to stay up there.
Drop off. Boom fly. Killing spree.
eyes on.
I'm gonna kind of let it play out so we can get to Epic's game. There is, and I'm gonna I am gonna give you homework. HaloGuy.
Seconds. Flag
I
return.
think I have it saved in my game thing, or my bookmarks. It's called Tight Shot. I want you to go into a game and 1v1 a bot, and when you 1v1 them, I want you to have, and I'll show you the settings. I need you to put the highest level of overshield on him and health, and then the lowest amount of damage that you can do
Positive outcome.
with unlimited bottomless clip ammo, and I need you to go kill him like 5 times.
Did you apply for?
And it's gonna take you probably 10 to 15 minutes to do that. And the reason this is a shot, like as I'm watching, you are flicky with your shot way too much, and you're relying on that right thumbstick way too much, that I need you to tighten up like how you're aiming right now.
Double kill.
And now's a good time to be running back with him. Nice.
Please aware of approaching enemies. They know where you are. You are exposed, partner.
Okay, we're trying to run it. Flick your,
Know where you are.
holy shit. Flick your aim up there to get it to go farther. Nice, good score.
Flag.
So I'll show you the setting. I'll screenshot and show you the settings later. So the custom game I want you to run, it's just against a bot. It's a warm up. Put them with the highest level of overshields and the fastest recharge rate. And what it does is if you miss a shot, he'll instantly start recharging to his full amount. And it'll train you to keep your crosshair on people while they're moving, so that you can get a better shot there. You've got your shot is super loose, and I think if we could tighten that up a little bit and tighten up your positioning, you're gonna fry these lobbies. So I'll share that after this. It's
Am I
ju-
allowed to give a little advice that I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple times in that game auto clamber was really screwing you up, and you should probably disable that and just control that yourself. Like there's like one time you were trying to like drop down towards OS, and it looked like the auto clamber just caught you and pulled you back on the bridge. And then there was another
Yeah.
time you were trying to jump up like somewhere on one of the boxes, and your guy just started clambering, and like it caused you to have to reroute yourself or wasted time. And I think that's just a stupid setting.
I didn't even
And
notice that one. That's a good one.
It's just like if you just tap the jump again, you'll or clamber or like push forward, but auto clamber will just like pull you sometimes. And yeah, and then it also seems like you go for a lot of melees, like even when you have the health advantage. Like with that one OS when you were in underpass, you just kind of like went for some melees when you could just back away, hold backwards, and then if they melee you twice, 3 times when you have OS, it's like you were trying to like melee trade him almost, and he does a lot more damage with his melees than if you just shoot him.
Those are good pieces of advice. I do like, and Halo, as you're doing, I do like when I'm watching, you do seem to have a better emphasis on your positioning and trying to play off your teammates. Even though a couple of those times I didn't think you went to the right spot, I could tell you were trying to go to a spot to be able to get angles with your team, and I want to emphasize that. Continue doing that. Now let's rework where you're positioning with that habit of working towards your teammates, so we can get to the right positions at the right time. Also, I want you to do that warm up, because if we could get your shot, nice. I mean, you had like 3 or 4 triple kills there. Which game here, Epic?
I'm fine with either Aquarius Flag or Solitude King.
We're gonna do Aquarius Flag because I haven't watched one of those. This will be a 30-minute game, isn't it? That last one's how you turn a 15-minute game into an.
Right?
What's that?
You can still climb without the auto climber.
Yeah.
Climber. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to hit jump again. I have that
Yeah.
setting off too. I have it. I have to hit jump again.
Yeah, it
Capture
just
the
lets you
flag.
control it a little easier, and it's not gonna like pull you like in the middle of a gunfight.
Oh, I guess the other. I haven't gone over settings before. Do you have? I'll do settings later. I'll screenshot mine. The other one to look for is the step jump.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna try to not take away from your gameplay, even though we turned the last game into an hour.
Oh, it's fine. I'd like a couple tips on this, but when I'm not playing with a 4-stack, I know there's a lot of extra stuff happens. So
Yeah. So what? I'll comment on that. So the matchmaking. This is how I view. I try to view it this way so I don't get pissed at myself, or take my rank into consideration. When I run like matchmaking, that should be a time where I'm trying to develop my skills and how I work with other people, given a random set of variables that I'm playing against. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm positioning myself right. I'm putting shots onto multiple targets. I'm pushing objectives. I'm trying to play selflessly and play with them and like with other play styles, because I might get used to, like, if I run with Chemo, I know that he's just slaying out in front. So as long as I can push the right positions, we'll score flags. When I play like custom 8s or custom matches like HRL, that I'm trying to work with my team and develop a theory around how we work a map and how it plays, so it's a little bit higher. But then even playing in like an HCS is a little bit higher than that, and then playing on LAN is like the ultimate, right? So you have to go in with the right mindset here, and like, what's my objective? And for you, I want you to work on the positioning there, working off your teammates, not baiting them, but like working off your teammates, letting them develop the plays. Because if you can get into a matchmaking and like Renya over here, or Reyna or whatever that is, if you can help him get set up to be able to run stuff, that probably translates to you letting Jake develop his plays, or letting now I'm blanking on everybody else's name because I don't pick on them.
yeah, that some of them switch around, but it's usually Jake rated, and then our fourth alternates. But
so that's what I want you to go here. So pushing car, making sure people are, yeah, there we go. We're running like default armor?
I don't think I
Oh,
am.
does oh, it's, okay, it's just that death. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Enemy flag returned.
Ooh, deadly precision.
Why was that kill so huge? I want to emphasize this because a lot of people don't understand why that kill is huge.
He'd probably just ride in our base for a while and wreak havoc.
Yes, if there's a guy in your base, you have to kill that guy first before you can do anything. Because if he rats it out and he sits there, like maybe I think Hative had this play in one of the HCS opens. He literally got into their base and sat right here. His team was in a 3v4. They started to run the flag back, and when they got up to about their mushrooms, he nades it to get that kill, is able to then throw the flag out and look for the other guys who are now like, oh god, there's someone in our base. They have to turn around top mid. That creates the space for his team to be able to push up. You will never be able to run a flag and score it if someone who knows what they're doing is ratting in your base. You have to kill your base. I love it. So this kill, same thing. You guys stay alive here. That's all right. You were trying to put shots on that guy, and you got another guy who's gonna just donate a death to him. That's nice. Let's go, Reyna. Nice. Cut this guy off. This is another, as I talked about, inside-outside angles. He's on the outside of the map. You're on the inside. You can cut this guy off all day. Easy peasy. And you see how Epic pushes up. It's almost, and I actually do want to show this.
Every fight I've been in, they have thrust this game.
Playing H5 over here. Let's go. All right, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. This is for everybody and anybody. When you did that play there, they're running this flag over here. There's about what they had. Something like this. You had get over here because you guys create what I call a net. Put them in their flag and then right. There we go. Okay. I knew that there was somebody else. Okay, so you have one guy over here. You had another guy challenging over here. This guy's coming off of here, and then this guy's dead. And you're here. What happened here when you made this push? They're 3 dead. No, sorry, they're 2 dead. It's a 3v2 right now, and then your guy trades out on car. What you guys effectively have done here is made this front and pushed it out so that the flag is now behind you, but he's weak, and you guys are pushing through their fridge into their base, and you're pushing towards their utility. When you do this, because you're down, you're isolating this one last guy on flag, and you're gonna kill him, hopefully. So he's dead, and they're gonna have spawners. And because you went middle and you're gonna get up into this utility, hopefully towards utility, and you block it, you're gonna have their team spawn across the map in their fridge, maybe a P1, but you're cutting off these flag and utility spawns. Their last guy has to run it through utility, but your guys are gonna be coming off a spawn on flag and can push up towards car, which effectively you guys now own this car area. You've created like this net to kind of trap them in there, and this car guy has nothing to do except not run this flag or run it and die, and then you guys can now run it through car and score. It's kind of cool. I like it. That's one of those, like, trust your teammates and let this develop a little bit. If you're looking at this, so you guys got that kill. That guy's alive. And the only other guy on the map is going to be the guy behind you on car 1. And he's going to challenge you right here, but you've got help from your team. Or you'll get cleaned up. Oh, no, he's going back. Res spawns in. Your car 1. This guy's 1 shot. Oh, no, but your guy's running at P side. Okay, so you guys see this, right? So you set it up basically that you guys own car side, and you've blocked so that they're gonna spawn on P. Sadly, your guy ran it over there. They all got that fridge spawn, so you can see them running across right before there. Mm-hmm. If he would have run it car side, you guys would have had this flag, easy. And because you didn't overcommit to that and you just played your life over here, that was just beautiful. Nice, you get these crosses here. Nice. Okay, we're just gonna keep desperating for that. That's all right. Nice, and then res. We play back.
Quantum translocator.
We don't need it. Okay, thank you. Body blocking. Let's go.
Really surprised he didn't try.
I know what you were trying to do there. I think because just the situation there, because when you guys were running that flag in, you got 2 kills. I think that they weren't spawning in quickly enough for that to kind of work out there, and we should just continue to put the pressure on. I would have liked to see you go car or bottom mid to get the spawners, especially when you guys are up on those kills, like going a bottom mid to see where they're spawning at and continue the push, because you've already got people pushing up car.
Yeah, I know I had people pushing up car, and I knew they were probably all spawning fridge, so I'm like, if I'm gonna be fighting at a disadvantage over here.
Yeah. I think that would have worked out better if you didn't have those first couple 2 kills.
Yeah.
I like it though, because we're trying to shut down a lane and make a push. It was a little too passive, but it's a good thought. We can at least exercise that, like work it out a little bit in matchmaking. And that's one of those you go back in the film and you look at it and go, hey, did this work out for me?
Yeah.
You like going P-side a lot?
I like the heat wave, so
a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes I like to definitely run car side with the flag.
Okay.
But
I think you're the first person I see run the commando consistently since like it came out.
I love that gun.
I remember seeing all your TikToks about how it fries, and I'm watching it like, I don't know what this guy's doing, because I windmill with it. I think I figured it out with the DMR aim, but
yeah, people are like just now thinking it's good in the bandit meta.
Enemy carrier.
It's better than the bandit,
After
but
them.
I liked it more than the BR, so
Yeah.
Quantum translocator.
that's what I've been saying this
Enemy
whole
captured
time.
your flag. Perfect.
Translocator.
So only thing I'm gonna comment on with going P, if it works for you like in your HRL matches and with your team, great. On matchmaking, I'd like to see you exercise like a different position on the map to get used to it or get more comfortable with it. And I'm the only plea I'm gonna make is that when you push car side, not only does your team spawn fridge more often, when they make the push on like top P, there's not a lot of space for them to get behind cover. And so if they start getting shot at, like your only option is to go back down and like try to wrap around to like your flag, which you're going to take shots, or go underneath, which you're going to take shots. It's super easy to nade. Whereas if you're on utility side, you can duck back in and live, and they don't know if you dropped, if you went to boxes, if you stayed up, and you can make a lot better pushes on car side.
Mm-hmm.
So and like if it works on HRL and your team's used to it, I'm not going to change that up just yet. We'll see how that plays out for you. But like right now, you're blocking this spawn over here for them, for your team, or you're blocking their spawn, so they're only going to spawn flag or utility, and your team is most likely going to be spawning in on fridge. And when you make these pushes, it's just going to be harder for them. And I know from my own personal games, if I have someone doing this, I'm on the mic just toxic as shit. But I just challenge you with you're blocking a spawn that's like not good for them, and giving them a more beneficial one, like in their utility, and hurting your team a little bit more. That, and I'd almost just ask it, like in matchmaking, let's maybe work on the other side to get more used to that kind of a push there. And the weirdest part is that when I've watched your other gameplay, you usually take positions of power where you can help your team get shots on people before making pushes. And when you go P side, that's more of like you're a flanker, or you're trying to catch people off, and that's not been your play style before, unless you're trying to like do both of them. I don't know. Nice. I like your use of car 3 right there, not jumping off immediately, like making sure he's weak and then jumping off, using your cover and everything, and not committing to that fight until you knew you were up. All right, now we gotta push with our team. Let's go. Okay, as you made that push, I'm actually wondering what it would look like if you ran to fridge and put your transmitter down, slayed through to utility, slayed utility, and then blinked back over to fridge. Would that be like a stupid play, or could you like block spawns manipulatively?
Yeah, not sure. I usually try and put it high and around the 50-yard line. So
Yeah.
you can get a pull and come back, and then let your.
I'm almost wondering, like, how would that, or
Yeah.
even the opposite way, like what would happen if you're making a push and you blink into utility, and then your guys grab the flag and start running it back towards utility, knowing that whatever guys you're killing off spawn are going to be in fridge, and then you jump over to fridge to block this, and then when they're in utility, you blink back behind them to kill the guys who are going to stop your flag. There's something there. There's something there for you if you're gonna run fridge with your.
From the flag to base. You're exposed. They know where we are.
Okay. Using the sandbox. 343 would be so proud.
Hardlight kill. Confirmed. The flag is ours. You must secure it. You're exposed. They know where we are.
This is a dead flag. But now what are we worried about?
The counter cap.
Yep, when you come off spawn's counter cap.
Flag Return.
I love it. What do I love about that? So I've said that we got to kill the guys out of our base, and you came up off spawn knowing we got to worry about a counter cap, but you ran, instead of going to flag, you ran out towards dinos. Why do I like that? Given what's on your screen. Spacing, and you had teammates on your base and they haven't touched the flag yet. So if you can get up and out, we're making the push. I'm trusting my teammates. We already got the one slay over there. There is one guy who snuck between us right here, who's still one shot. He probably got called out by the guy who's dead on the ground. But you've got a guy back in your base, and so you've got this space. As soon as you get that kill, now your teams are like, oh, let's keep pushing, and you guys are already in position. I love it. Working off of our teammates there.
They have enemy carriers have revealed themselves.
Shot caller. Flag.
I almost wonder if right here, so as soon as they take the flag, I tend to get up into their utility to try to cut the angle off with the idea similar, like on pit. If I can get to their mauler, I can help the same guys on the team. I can try to create this space to help, you know, P, and depending upon which way they're running it, I also block this spawn over here, giving them the worst spawn over in fridge. I almost wonder if that would, I think there is a guy who spawns here on you.
Yeah.
Enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Shot caller.
Oh, he came flag. Oh, he did. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that guy did spawn there. So I almost think with the pressure that you had up here, just pushing in their utility to block that, to try to give your team favorable positioning, might have worked out better here for you. Not a whole lot to know there, though. I mean, that guy living in your base, he had to have been called out by somebody.
Yeah.
But it is matchmaking, so. Nice. This window right here is one of my favorite positions to be able to push forward to. If I'm playing online, I like to go to this spot right here and wait for my team to have an opening. And right here, I'm blocking my utility spawns. I'm putting shots on anybody who's pushing up on P side. So hopefully, from this position, I can ensure that car is available for my team to push up on, utilities available for them to be able to push up through. And then anybody who's on P side, I can kind of cut these angles off, and I can really get visuals on pretty much everyone's movement on the map and keep this pressure up until my team is able to get up to a car 3 or a P2, and then I can grab this flag. What I'll also do is, if they're over pushed, if I'm up here and say that they're like in our base, and then my team gets 2 picks, and it's always 2, it's never 1, it's always 2. If they can get 2 picks, I'm running this flag. I'm already up here, I'm grabbing this flag, and I'm running it towards car side, and I'm trying to get it back to as close to my team as I can to keep that pressure up, because I know I can get there faster. It's going to take me 4 or 5 seconds versus the 8-second respawn. If I can get there, I can get it up there and then help my team get those last couple kills and then run that flag in. But this position right here, I love to do exactly what you're doing. Because now that guy has to worry about the guys on your flag and you, and he has really nowhere to go. And he decides to challenge you.
They have our flag. The flag is ours. Now it must be carried home. You're exposed, Spartan. You're exposed, Spartan.
What's another thing we can do there to kind of develop a play? So like right here, I love what you're doing. Right here, this is where I start to not like it. What could we have?
Throw it down?
Yeah. This is where I think Halo's a lot like a chess match, and you gotta figure out what moves you need to make to get an advantage on the field. 1, if you pull this flag off, they can't score it. 2, they have to go return it, and if you just throw it down on their thruster, that's just a terrible place to have to go return a flag from. And you just live on their base knowing that you're just going to be annoying up here. You're putting shots in the guys who are running it. You're putting shots in the guys who are trying to get positions. So you're preventing them from scoring. You're preventing them from getting positions. And you're kind of doing the opposite of like play for the position, play for the pick, play for the objective. Now you're preventing them from playing for the position. You're preventing them from playing for that objective. Now let's try to prevent them from getting a pick, and maybe you play for a pick. And if you can get those, then you can run it. Like when you commit to this run, now you're giving up the advantage that you had of being able to put shots in the back of these guys. I think if you just let this develop a little bit more, you have something here. Or even like running it into utility, like making it look like you're gonna run it and fake it and go back, because you're gonna catch the guy underneath off. The guy P2 was trying to challenge you. Oh, he's over on car now. So you could have caught those guys off. Like just play with them a little bit more. You already used the sandbox enough. I think you've got a big enough brain that we could outplay some of these kids.
Flag returned. Flag returned.
In a hail of gunfire.
Connector is the most frustrating position to me on this map, because every time I go to it, I get naded out and just instantly killed from their spawn.
To bullets.
But when other people are there, like I can't kill them, or I see other people just doing what you did and like frying kids out. It's
Yeah.
that right there. That's how I go into connector every time. Every time.
Yeah, it's kind of like that door on Argyle by the pistol.
Yep,
It's
same
like-
thing. Yeah.
When it works, it's great. But 50% of the time, you're gonna get naded out.
Quantum translocator on the way.
See, the going P side that one time's throwing me off, because the rest of the game you've been going over towards car.
Yeah.
That's all right. Nice, nice.
Translocator on the
Now you're up
field.
here and you got the top position.
And more
Translocator
commando kills than
acquired.
bandit kills.
Our team has the enemy flag.
Nice, good use of that. Get the position back. Oh boy. Blink, blink. Hit him with it.
They know
Oh, you're gonna blink here, aren't you?
you've been spotted.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Damn.
they were watching it.
That's all right.
But it worked out, I think. Yeah. I got that flag to where it needed to be.
Flag captured.
I do like, and I want you to try to implement this a little bit with your HRL games. You are taking angles that are getting space but not overcommitting to them, and then you're letting your team really develop here. And like
That's a perfect pause on that frag.
RJ Norm. Oh, nice. Just there. But like what I'm noticing here is like you're letting your team kind of make a play kind of develop, and then you're positioning yourself to complement it and help them with it, whether they're running the flag and you stay top mid to put shots in people, or you're push up utility until they can push up. I want to see that translate a little bit more into your teamwork with the HRL guys, because it seems like with them you're almost like trying to be the hero or dad them, like to try to save them, when you could just let them develop a little bit there. Almost like you don't care about the people in matchmaking, but you care about them. Like I want to see a little bit better balance there.
Okay.
Shot caller.
An ally took their flag.
That's a big kill, and that's a huge, like, that you came back and got that. I almost wonder if we could have committed to the flag run first and then killed that guy last,
Yeah.
just to not go, because that you're basically like, in theory, what I'm telling you is that you should always kill the guy off your base. But when you did that right there, you put yourself into a piv that if you lose that, that's a dead flag, and they're potentially running a counter cap. And so it's almost like he's forcing your team to have to slay out their side, run that flag back, and have someone come back with them. So maybe staying car and making sure he can't pull that flag is a better play until your team runs it up. The only reason I don't like what happened there is because you turned that in. You going back turned it into a piv, and that kind of a piv would turn into a flag cap, which is not good. but the thought of going back and killing him and helping your team was good. So I think I almost want you to stay car on that kind of a play and wait for your team to be able to push back with someone, to not take that kind of a piv.
Yeah, that was definitely very risky if I didn't get the trade.
HaloGuy, if you've never heard that before, a piv is a pivotal fight. It's a fight that if whoever's team comes out on top has great positioning and the potential to score. And so if he takes that fight there and loses it, that guy is going to not only stop your flag, but he's going to run the next one. If HaloGuy, if Epic wins that one, then great. I mean, you cleared out the base, you guys are going to score the flag. But like, if we don't kill that guy, he's going to stop this flag and potentially run another one. We don't like to get into those fights unless we actually absolutely have to.
Can we watch that again?
Yeah, I think this is a great little segment here. So you're working top mid, and I love this because you got a guy pushing in P, a guy pushing utility, and then your last guy is gonna push, I think, utility to get to car. You help with this kill here. So he's pushing in. This is actually gonna force 2 spawns that I need you to be aware of up top. When that guy that you guys killed there, because you're blocking their fridge, their utility, and their flag, their guys on dinos here, or on car, is gonna force a dino spawn, which is a catch-up spawn in the middle of the map. So you need to be aware that that one's gonna happen over here. And that might, is that the guy who gets through, or is it the guy bottom mid? But I like the way that you're working this, where you're up top mid and you're like, hey, I'm gonna get up here and. Okay, so the guy you shot at first is the one who pushes. Yeah. So where are they spawning at? They spawn fridge because you're. Oh, okay. Hold on, we gotta go back. Oh, your guy pushed off. Okay, so they spawn back flag, and they're pushing out to fridge side. No. Okay. No, we're watching third person. So I'm worried about where that guy's spawning on their back flag. Where's he gonna spawn? He spawned flag. So he spawns flag, even though your guy's sort of on flag. That sucks. And then you take this fight here. That guy's still back flag. Where's this guy gonna spawn down below? So he just spawned in flag. So this is the last guy. So if you're looking at this, you're the furthest one to this guy. You've killed everybody else. Now they're all on their flag. And you've got one guy looking back, 2 guys looking at their flag. I think the play is to grab the flag and then push back.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is one of those situations that, like, in game, I know where your head is, and like I'd probably do the same thing. Hey, there's a guy on our base. I need to go back and kill this guy. But what we need to recognize in film is that is setting you up to have to piv this guy. And if, like, the upside and downside of this is, upside is you kill him, you're one shot, and you just wait for your team to run back the flag. Great. The downside is he stops you, and then he starts running a flag, and then this is just a dead flag. So I think staying up top mid to help push this flag out is going to be the better play here. Just if we see this kind of a situation arise again.
Yeah.
An ally took their
I
flag.
think finding this guy also took longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, for sure. But that's why film review is so nice, because you can go back and look and go, hey, I decided to do this. How could I have done it differently? And you can kind of see how the game develops there. And even I'm looking at that going, I know what you're thinking, and I probably would have done something similar. But in review, we got to realize that kind of a piv is not something we want to get into in game. If I'm playing against people who know how to play,
we have like a 3v spawner on the other side, and I make it a 2v spawner.
Yes. We play back. We're helping.
Thrusters at max. The flag is ours. Now it must
Thrust!
be home.
Damn, he was really.
Quantum
Committed.
translocator
Yeah.
on the way.
He was get a polar bust.
Yeah, that was a really cool little play before, because it really makes you have to think. Okay, what am I gonna do? And I just remember going over matches, and the guys who would coach me and we go through it, they're like, dude, it's just like putting together a puzzle or Legos, and you gotta understand that it's just a whole bunch. Halo's just a bunch of situations, and you're just trying to piece it together to make it work. And so you might run into a situation like that later where you're playing top mid and there's a guy who gets through and you go, hey, I had this happen before, and how did I react to it? Again, kind of like chess of, okay, when I push this way and I move these pieces in this order, this is how I got punished for it, or this is how I excelled at it. Kind of cool. I love it. Scrappy. Lots of damage there.
Enemy carrier revealed. After them.
This is a little bit of that inside-outside angle, or he's taking it outside, so as long as we take an inside, we're going to cut him off. My favorite part about the DMR, and I'll share the bandit, was in when I played Reach, I felt like it was like boxing or wrestling, because I wrestled in high school, and we're looking for that opening of I fake this way and I made your foot move, so now I can shoot, or I moved my hand and I got inside. Like when you're strafing, you can kind of, and I take vibration off because it was messing with my head. But I count how many shots people land on me versus how many I'm landing on them, and if they miss a shot, I'm assuming I'm up because I'm trying to shoot straight, but I can become more aggressive. Whereas if they're not missing, I get off, and it kind of feels like to me like there's a song and dance to DMRs. And so when you started to miss there, I'm going, ah.
Yeah.
You glorious warrior.
Seconds remaining.
Damn, you get that spawn a lot. I love how aggressive you're with it too. You're up. Let's shut this away. That is one thing to pay attention to on the time. If we're up, so the only time that they can kick it to overtime is if they're down by one capture and they pull the flag out or they're running it, and it doesn't go off of the game time. It goes off of the time to return it. No, sorry, not the time to return. It's not the time to return it. It's actually like the little overtime little tick there. And I think it's like you have 10 seconds to grab the flag. So you got two timers to be worried about. One, the flag, you know, the return above it, but then also like the overtime little counter. When you're up like this, when you're up by more than one, just getting that out there just to make sure that they have to return it first before getting a pull, the game is just going to end. This is huge. I love it.
The flag is ours. You must secure it. You're exposed, Spartan.
10 seconds.
That's a good one. I liked that gameplay. That was a good little segment there about the PIV.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
That's why I love going over film. It's the best way to learn, you know, what's going on, trying to piece together where are the pieces at, where was the opportunities, and figuring out what to do there. And I think that situation specifically, you're going to run into again, where you've got someone who breaks through and you're trying to decide, do I go back or do I play with my team? And I think we both kind of looked at that and said, hey, we've got numbers. Let's run it back so that we can get the flag there and then 4v1 this guy or 3v1 him or whatever ends up happening. Any questions or anything I can go over from either of you?
No, that was good. Because yeah, they did almost stop that flag run because I went back to that guy. We still got it, but we had a cycle of deaths in the util there. And
yeah, and that'll happen, and you'll see that again. So that was a huge little. I might actually go clip that and post it, but that was a huge little play, and that's one that you're going to be able to remember for next time. So
yeah,
HaloGuy, anything?
No, sir.
All right, I'll post that screenshot later of the settings that I want you to go. I think you can go to my bookmarks actually and grab it. It's called Tight Shot, but I want you to run against bots, and I want you to worry about hitting your shots, not how much you're dying, and just we got to tighten up that aim, and I think we'll start being frying. So
Right.
I'm starving. I'm gonna go have lunch, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming to class.
thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good
Appreciate
weekend,
it.
guys.